What's the crack, everybody? You're listening to Unforeseen, the podcast that is truly unforeseen. I'm Ross Browne, and there's Lorraine Murphy. What is the jazz? What's cracking? Thanks to everybody who's been listening so far. If you've only just joined us now, and this is one of your entry point ones, or even if this is your second or third episode, I would implore you to go back and listen from the very beginning. I sound like Blind Boy now. Go back and listen to the beginning, where I speak about the frontal rise of the 18th century in Papua New Guinea. Love Blind Boy, by the way. Yeah, do go back and listen from the beginning. And this is only something that I figured out in the last kind of episode or two, where we're like a lot of things we're referencing and talking about are things we've spoken about in previous episodes.
Yeah.
We're still talking about the comfort wipe.
No, to be honest, it's mainly your weird, like, bodily anomalies that, that people need to catch up on.
Coming. What do you mean, body anomalies? I have nothing anomalous.
Okay, let's
anomalous.
Let's go with quirks then.
Quirks. I would say, je ne sais quoi. I'd call each of them je ne sais quoi. Yeah, so if you would like to know about all of my attributes.
Oh, okay. Safe word.
Attributes.
Safe word.
Yeah. Achievements, like you're playing Xbox. All my unlocked achievements. And if you want to, find out what we're referencing when we're talking about things like the comfort wipe and what were the pants called again?
Wonder pants.
Wonder pants and the fluff and puff and all those things. Go back and listen from the beginning. None of them are kind of time dependent. Yeah. None of them are like, oh, that's such a August topic, because most of our things are from 1986.
So we don't get copyright issues.
Yeah, exactly. Is everyone in this video dead? Okay, let's move on. Look at the head in that cunt. So, yeah, what's your week been like?
It's that weird kind of week in between Christmas and New Year. So it's just a lot of eating and a lot of just lazing around.
Are you gatting?
A bit of gatting, sure. A bit of gatting has to be done, doesn't it?
Are you a gatter? What's your drinking? What's your relationship with alcohol? That's what I mean to say. What kind of a drinker are you? Are you a going out only person? You dabble?
No, do you know what I love? I love a home gin and tonic.
Ooh.
Yeah, a big dirty gin and tonic at home. Yeah.
Are you one of those ones that's like, give me back my G&T? This song's about me and it stays, it's my life.
No, it doesn't. Gin doesn't have that effect that makes me all teary and
Mascara
stuff.
thinner.
I do like a gin. I used to drink gin back in college, right?
Before it was fashionable.
This is proper hipster now, right? But I used to drink gin before it was cool.
Oh, all right. Before Ryan Reynolds got on the bandwagon.
Yeah. I genuinely just liked the taste of it, to be honest, because I also can't drink vodka, which was the student drink. You drink.
Is the reason you can't drink vodka because you had a bad experience on vodka? Because most people, when they can't drink something, they fucking did the dog on it once.
Major blackouts.
Yeah.
Major blackouts
really?
with vodka, yes. So I started drinking gin and I really enjoy it. I just love the taste of it as well. I just find it very refreshing,
I think it's a rougher drink. Gin always seems to me like a rough drink.
What?
A rougher drink, like the whiskey of the white spirits.
Really?
Am I wrong?
Maybe its classiness has risen over the last couple of years.
Yeah, in London there was the whole gin, like it was like the Great Depression with gin. They had all those gin alleys and all that kind of stuff where it was rampant. People were drinking gin instead of water.
Back in college, I was known as Deirdre Barlow.
Deirdre Barlow.
For drinking gin.
Fucking hell.
Because there was no fancy, globe glasses back then.
No botanicals.
No, hell no.
Not, unless you fell into a bush with it. It's a botanical. That's a botanical.
What is your drink of choice then?
I love a bit of wine.
A bit of wine?
I love a bit of wine. I'm
Red or white?
White only.
I'm a rosé girl.
I like rosé as well.
I do too.
Yeah, rosé. There's something about rosé I like. Rosé was my entry point into wine.
Okay.
Yeah, because I kind of went, oh, that looks kind of like it's, it looks kind of alco pop sweet. It won't be. And then I found Sauvignon Blanc, and I found what's my other favorite one? The really sharp one. Why can't I fucking think?
I don't know. Pinot Grigio. I don't know.
Pinot
Okay, I don't know.
Pinot
much about
Grigio
wine.
is the one. That's my one.
Okay.
Yeah, Sauvignon Blanc is like a close second, but Pinot Grigio, real sharp, grapey, sour, like real, like fucking, that real kind of like tang at the back of your palate. Fucking love it. Ooh. And I do love martini's my favorite kind of cocktail. I love martini.
I'm trying to picture you now with a martini in your hand.
I look fucking class with a martini in my hand with the olive, and olives are my favorite food as well. So it's like
eating and drinking.
I'm like slap a fucking full jar into that glass there. Just wet the olive. That's all you need to do.
That's the best thing. It's one of my favorite things about going on holidays to Spain is the olives that they give you. Oh God!
I lived in Spain for a year.
We've heard a lot about your
Oh yeah, you heard about
your
it before.
time in Spain.
I posed for the art class and stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, and yeah.
Go back and listen. Go back and listen.
Go back and listen. Exactly. I lived in Spain for a year. My favorite thing about Spain, my favorite thing to do in Spain, was to go to the old town.
Okay.
So you'd have all the bars and nightclubs and stuff.
What part of Spain?
Los Alcázares is where I lived, near Murcia. Yeah, I even have the lisp. I was there that long. Murcia Airport. And you could go left up to the kind of like the new bars and the English bars and the Irish bars, but you could go right down to the old town. When you go down to the old town, you go into the alleys and you find like this little kind of tiny little bar, and they put the nuts and the bread and the cheeses up on the table for free just because you're there having a couple of small beers, and you just sit there for hours just chatting, talking to the locals in broken Spanish. They're talking to you in broken English, and it's the best.
Oh.
I mean, me and my dad drove through all of Spain and all of France and all of England and Ireland because we were bringing furniture back and over. And that was great crack because we went up into the mountain town, stayed one night there. Then we went over to northern Spain, to Santander, where the ferry was, and we stayed a night there. And it was the little scooters and the guys outside playing checkers and stuff like that. And it was
Fab.
love it. I do like the Spanish. They've got a very good way of life.
They do. They really enjoy life, don't they? It's all about enjoying life first, and then work comes after.
But they do, when they do something, they do it really well.
Yeah.
Like the whole sitting out your front garden, and they have the TV out there, and the kids are playing, and the old people are out there, and everyone's sitting out, and the old people are playing bowls or boule on the kind of the dirt kind of green that they have out the front. When they do Sunday, like when they go to mass, they all get dressed up in white linens and gorgeous clothes, and then they all go to a restaurant, like 20 of them for the whole day, and they get all of the cured meats and all that stuff, and you're kind of going, oh, they really fucking do it right.
And they do celebrations really well.
Fantastic.
They really just enjoy themselves, don't they? Oh, now we really want to go on holidays.
We're just like, is there enough hap in the fridge? Like we're shocking.
Oh, I really want to go on holidays now. We need a bit of a distraction, so let's get into this podcast then. Yeah. What are your feelings on beauty pageants?
I met my wife through a beauty pageant.
No way! Stop!
Yeah, it wasn't a beauty pageant. It was the Belle of Ballincollig.
Know it well.
Yeah.
I know it well. Yes. So was she the Belle of Ballincollig?
She was. It was in my contract that I got 500 quid plus the winner. I was rooting for someone else. I was like, come on, number 6. I was at the dog track. So I was actually meant to be hooking up with somebody else. I was meant to be. In fact, this girl even drove down to my house in Rathcormac one day to pick me up because I couldn't drive at that stage.
Okay.
So this girl drove down to collect me one day. So like, she was actually, we were actively kind of, pursuing each other, but nothing happened between us. But it was kind of like, oh, I'll come down and pick you up. And I was like, oh, whatever. And then I ended up hooking up with Lorraine on one of the nights of one of the social nights before the actual event when I was meant to be meeting all the girls and stuff. But the other one we hadn't agreed to anything.
So you were hosting this,
I was the compere.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
I was the compere.
Gotcha. I didn't know where you were like an escort or what you were doing.
No, and then Lorraine won. And then it was like a blind kind of like everyone was drunk, everyone was going out. They're like, come on, we're going up this way. And I was like, hey. And then me and Lorraine just ended up hooking up that night.
Oh my God, that's such a fun.
And everyone was like, fix. Everyone in Ballincollig was like, fix. And I was like, I fucking know.
Well, I'm not sure if the Belle of Ballincollig is quite like this beauty pageant. It's not a female beauty pageant. This is an all-male affair back in 1984.
Oh, yeah. 1982, actually.
1982, sorry.
Mr. T.S. There's a frozen screen here. Mr. TSW.
Yeah.
1982.
Yeah, so TSW was a local TV channel in the UK based in kind of like southwest. So Devon, Cornwall kind of area.
Oh, this is English?
English.
Oh, right.
And they held Mr. TSW. So let's have a look.
All right.
Search is on to find Mr. TSW. And as a group of the Southwest's
Whoa. There's too much here for one podcast. Fucking.
So say what you see.
Say what I see. Well, it looks like fucking customs are going to have to search all these lads for budgies. There is a collection. I'm going to go a little bit forward to see are there any more men revealed.
Young men
oh yes, there are.
Challenge. The jury have to
okay. Ooh, I have to go back how do I go back like 1 second on this? Yeah.
Up the challenge.
One of the guys looks like fucking Hercules.
I think I know which one you're talking about. Yes.
Number 5 looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger in his younger days. Like he looks like a genuine bodybuilder. And he looks like he's got a tan and he's got the blonde kind of like, almost like a kind of a undercut mullet, but it's fashionable enough. Like it's not terribly 80s. And then everybody else looks like The Usual Suspects was done with no costume department. It's the most random cavalcade of human beings I've ever seen in my life. They all look like the designs for Shrek before they landed on the...
Oh, harsh.
No, what I mean by that, I mean like beard, mustache, no hair, bald, muscly, skinny, tall. Like, as in, it's like someone drew all this and goes, here's all the different types of people. What do you want Shrek to look like? And it's all of them.
The thing with this, with Mr. TSW, is that anybody that entered got to compete. So there was...
Oh, it's an open thing.
It was wide open. So anyone could take part in this.
Number 1 looks like he was fucking knitted. And nobody else has body hair except for number 14 has a little bit of just a ball of hair around his belly button and nowhere else. So he obviously went, lads, I'm not going totally bald. Like, I'll make a fucking show of myself. I'm going to leave a perfect circle around my belly button. Everybody else has got nothing. So I assume they've all, like, this is 82. They've all groomed. They've all shaved everything off.
Yeah, well, it looks that way.
It looks, except for the fucking
I
heads
don't know,
and
was that the
beards.
trend back in the day? But it definitely looks that way.
Number 13. Number 13 is my guy.
You're going for him?
Oh, 100%. Number 13, followed by number 15, who's 4 behind him in the blue. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then the guy that doesn't look like he's fully confident enough to step on stage. He's slightly halfway inside the door. I think he's probably...
kind of regretting it.
He's there going, oh, fuck it, lads. I didn't realise there was going to be people out there. Like, it's just... 13 is... he's the sleeper. I'd say he's got a, although number 12, 11 in the red.
Yes.
With the mustache sideburns.
Oh, his confident stance.
He's packing some heat as well. Is this like, has this anything to do with bodies? Is it bodybuilding or is it just like, hello, let's play? Yeah?
Okay.
Is this?
No, it's a bit of everything, really.
So it's like Miss America or Miss World. Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's personality, it's their answers to questions.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, a bit of everything. So
this is like the swimsuit portion of it.
Yeah, we've just kind of got a compilation of bits here now for you.
I'm surprised, slightly disappointed, and also quite proud that nobody's minge is sticking out over those tiny things. That you'd expect someone to have a dick fringe.
Whoa!
Sticking out over the top.
Jury have to decide who will best represent this brand new title, Mr. TSW 19...
There's another whole row of them. Jesus Christ, I spent so long in the first row. I fucking rude hullet there halfway up with the blonde fucking curls. Jesus Christ. One fella's looking back at them all going, there's a lot of fucking fellas here, lads.
82.
Wow. Okay, now that dates it. The old woman in the crowd and the other women there. It's the women date it. Because men, mustaches, beards, kind of timeless. And as well, the fact they have no clothes on, you don't realise it's 1982. When you see the people in the crowd, you're going, that's fucking 1982 and a half.
Contestant number 1 is Keithaxton. He's 24 and his measurements are 38, 32, 37.
What does that even mean? 32, 38, 37.
I assume it's his shoulder width.
Shoulder, chest, waist. He's not got a 37-inch waist. We've measured his legs as well for you girls.
Yeah.
All the way down.
Yeah, that's it. That's the 3 measurements, isn't it? Your shoulders, chest and waist.
Yeah, but your waist
or is it hips? Do you bring your...
7 inches. No, we don't do hips.
No.
Men don't have hips. Like, you know, like not in a measurement way. Like, whereas we wear high-waisted hip kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We don't wear hip things. He doesn't look 24 either, does he?
No.
That's a proper 1982 24.
Like. Yes, that's it. We were talking about this before.
Yeah, it's like, it's for some reason, just the older decade ages everybody. The thing is, he doesn't look particularly 1982 at all. He's got a normal haircut on what you'd see of a guy now. Like, it's not like a big massive afro, or it's not like huge chops and sideburns or anything, or a dye. He just looks like a normal fella. But for some reason, he looks 40.
Do you think in like years to come, people might look back on this YouTube video and go, those two look way older.
Maybe. Well, yeah.
What if we look way
yeah, because
older?
all the next generation are all going to have fucking surgery to have fucking cat ears fucking attached to them and stuff to look like emojis. But the thing is, I guarantee you this guy looks probably the same age or younger now.
Yeah.
And it's nearly 40 years later.
Number 3 is Michael.
There is Bob Ross. Again, you couldn't tell what decade this was by looking at him.
Bennett, who likes to be called Wiggy.
That took you by surprise.
He likes to be called Wiggly. Did I hear what?
Wiggy.
Wiggy. Oh. John. I like to be called Wiggy. Show a bit of respect. Call me Wiggy.
Don't know why, don't ask. Number 23 is our blonde Dean Thomas. He's an ex-marine engineer.
All right. Nothing wrong with him. Fair play to you.
Number 10 is Mark Goddard.
Go on, Mark. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. Fucking pipe cleaners for legs. That's what I look like as a teenager.
Were you gangly like that?
Was I fucking
Were
what?
you?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what happened to the teenage me. I must have eaten them. That's what I used to look like. I used to be a fucking whippet like this, like not a fucking ounce of fat on me. And I didn't grow into my face until I was like fucking 26 or 27.
What do you mean you didn't grow into your face?
All chin and nose.
Angles.
All angles. And then my flat head to fucking accentuate the angles on this side even more. It was like putting the Arc de Triomphe next to a fucking wall. Like, I was just like, look at that fucking thing. There was no balance, no counterbalance whatsoever.
He's 22.
That is the most awkward. Like, he's
deeply uncomfortable, isn't he?
He looks like someone's in the back controlling him with a remote control. He's just like, it's like Robot Wars.
Tight, 6 feet. Just look at those shoulders.
Well, there he is. Here's Arnie.
He kind of looks like He-Man or something as well, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah, he does, which was Dolph Lundgren in the movie. Did you ever see Masters of the Universe?
No.
Dolph Lundgren.
Okay.
And Courtney Cox's first movie, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, really. Probably in 1982. It's probably that old.
Hello, Mervyn.
Hello, fucking pervy. If a fella did that now, forget about it.
Oh, game over.
Game over. Hello. Yeah.
He's 20, and his measurements, oh ladies, eat your heart out, 44, 34, 29.
Oh, 29 would be the waist. Yeah, you are right. Maybe the other fellow was 27 then. Do you find that there's a double standard with the way that women, the perception, we're all allowed to do the same thing? Like if a man goes to a strip club and if a woman goes to a strip club, they're both looking at the same thing, they're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But do you find that there's a different perception of when women go to a Chippendale or strip show or whatever?
Yeah.
That they're always like, it's great crack, wow, Willie Straws, blah, blah, blah. But if a man said we're all going to a strip club, there's this immediate kind of thing of you dirty fucker.
Yeah. There's a real contradiction about it, isn't there?
But also we don't laugh at it the way that women, like ye do it in a very jovial kind of like, this is gas and you're laughing at them and stuff. Whereas fellas probably don't laugh. But also it would be pretty mean on the strippers if you were laughing and stuff like that. And because like there's a little bit of degrading in that. But the men are like, yeah, whatever.
But if the men were laughing, the women would turn around, like we would turn around to be like, I'm sorry, but you're not allowed to laugh at her. Like she's doing her job.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And then if we're not laughing, you're like, stop leering at her. Like, where are we? Like, are we?
There's real double standards about it. And in so many ways.
But men's strip clubs would be generally seedier by perception and historically.
Yeah.
Would be like dark.
I've never been to a strip show.
Have you not?
Never. And like of all hen parties, everything I've been to, there's never been a stripper. Yeah. I've never seen a strip show.
Right.
You know, so I honestly can't say from experience.
I went to one strip club in Cork after a comedy gig.
Okay.
Walked in, got a drink, watched an old farmery kind of fella, be surrounded by about 12 girls.
Okay.
And we were looking at that going, fucking hell, like they were all just vying for his money, not attention, but, you know, kind of like, oh, here, you know, fucking, he was buying them all drinks and stuff. One girl dancing sadly on a pole. And then I just went, will you go somewhere else? And everyone was like, yeah. And we all just downed our drinks and left.
And was it out of like not really feeling comfortable there? Or was it just like...
It just felt a little bit...
weird.
What are we doing here? Like,
yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
But I told you about the place I was in before in Spain that you did the strip. Where the strippers were, where there was a stripper every hour or whatever, or every half hour. That was different. But I remember being in Spain as a 7-year-old and there being a Chippendale show in the square in Lanzarote or Alcudia, I think. And it was all the bars are open around the square, like you can see in everywhere. And I remember everyone was going off to the Chippendale show, and I was like 7. I was like, "What's that? The Rescue Rangers?" Like they were like, "Not that Chippendale." So yeah, but I do think one, women don't take it as seriously, or they kind of just laugh at it and think it's all a big joke. But then also they do judge men for going to the same thing.
Yeah, there's definitely.
But also men don't go to it in the same way that women go to it as well. So there is a bit of balance there.
Yeah.
Comes from Poundstock, Bude, and he's a site maintenance man.
Fair play.
Oh, I wish I had a site to maintain.
Fucking hell!
This is more of it.
Jesus.
More of
I
it.
wish I had a site to maintain.
If a man said that.
She might as well have said, "You can rake me gee."
Oh.
She might as well have. She just said it in a more kind of, "I wish I had a site to maintain." No, this guy could maintain a site. Fucking hell.
Number 17 is Glen Richards. He's a laboratory technician.
Of course he fucking is. Of course he is. They're laughing at him. I don't like that.
We just laughed at him.
Retrospectively from 1982, Lorraine, for fuck's sake. And also, I didn't laugh at him. I just went, yes, of course he fucking is. Because he looks like a scientist.
Inside, I know, your eyes were laughing. I saw them.
See, but this guy, I like these guys because they're real.
Yeah.
You take this guy to bed, right? You take this guy home, or if you ended up like hooking up with this guy, what you see is what you get. There's no fucking surprises. You go to the other fella, the site maintenance fella, you hit him with a thumbtack by accident, the whole fucking thing goes fucking all over the shop. I'm telling you. Oh, I feel sorry for him.
Do you notice how she didn't have a single
said
thing
nothing.
to say about
She
him?
said nothing because she was fucking holding the microwave going, fucking hell. See, and look what he had to follow.
I know.
Like, look what he had to. If he
Yeah.
had to follow any of the other lads, it was just the stark contrast of fucking Hercules.
Yeah, they should have kept him for last.
They should have. They
You know.
really should have.
Snipes visiting auctions.
Oh, this guy's a man about town.
This is the guy you were following.
Is this my guy?
Yeah.
This guy's got a saunter. I knew he had something about him.
Gardening, photography, dressing up as Dracula.
Dressing up as Dracula! Fucking hell! How often do you have to do it that it's a thing that you write down on your fucking like like if you think about it, right, in terms of importance, gardening needs to be done regularly. And just below that, he's like, and of course, the second most regular thing I do, dressing up as Dracula. Please tell me there's not something after this which is less important than dressing up as Dracula. Fucking hell. That is amazing. How specific. Not even going to parties as him or fancy dress. He didn't even say fancy dress parties. Just dressing up as Dracula.
I'd like to think
Like he
that
finally does everything and he just puts the teeth in and goes, well, I'm not going to get any more enjoyment out of this. It's just the dressing up part I like. I don't even like taking it off.
I'd like to think that his friends entered him or something and that they filled in the
Oh,
form, but I really
fucking
don't
hell.
think they did.
Dressing up as Dracula. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, he's my
proper
guy,
client.
isn't he?
He's your guy.
Well, of course, that's the guy I pick, isn't it? Jesus Christ.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Are these the last two that are left? The two guys shaking hands?
This is the final
And
announcement.
that's the one that's fucking talking about getting her site maintained.
The winner of the title this evening, £1,000 and a
It's a lot of fucking money. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Nothing.
holiday in the Austrian Tyrol. Mr. TSW 1982 is contestant number 21, Robert Studridge.
Who's that?
Oh my god.
Oh. My fucking head's gonna explode. My eyelid turned inside out.
Oh my gosh. This mascara's not waterproof.
Oh. Oh, fucking hell. Oh. Oh. What the fuck did they give him? Did they give him a fucking... He looks like a fucking Greek wreath.
They did.
And a vase full of beer. Oh my god. my God. Oh my God. Fucking hell, that is amazing. That is so amazing. He was, oh my God, he's everything you want, isn't he? Mr. TSW.
I just can't figure out what happened at the end. So they had two people.
They had two guys like shaking hands going like best of luck. And then all of a sudden, fucking, this guy comes out from fucking nowhere. Sorry, I was taking a shit. Oh, fucking hell. With the largest moustache I've ever seen that wasn't bought in a shop. Fucking hell.
I just adore that he had to come out and drink a massive glass of beer and just kind of parade
it wasn't even a glass. It was like a fucking, it was like one of the things the scientist fella uses to test if someone has fucking AIDS or not. It was fucking huge thing.
Oh my God.
Oh, fucking hell. In the beginning, it looked like this is as funny as it's going to get. And then I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, I'm going to spend loads of time talking about these lads at the start. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I should have skipped past this. Oh, I'm sweating.
Do you think Dracula was hard done by there?
Oh, 100%.
I'd say He-Man is fuming as well.
He-Man and Dracula. I mean, fucking hell, there's a movie right there.
We're moving on to something totally different now.
Okay.
Japan is known for its crazy commercials.
Yes.
And it's home to lots of Hollywood actors appearing in crazy commercials that they assume nobody on this side of the world is going to see.
Yeah, the whole movie Lost in Translation was based off Bill Murray doing a commercial for Scotch or something, wasn't it? Or
one
something.
of my favourite films.
Oh, it's my favourite film.
Is it? I love it. Love it.
Oh my God, what a movie.
There's such a calming vibe about it, isn't there?
There is. The shower scene where he's like trying to fit underneath, just subtle little things. When he feels like his t-shirt is too loud and he turns it inside out. And then Scarlett Johansson's like, your t-shirt's inside out. And he's like, oh shit. Oh,
I just love
and
it.
then the way they just walk away from each other in the end. And it's just like, oh, it wasn't romantic. It was just two ships in the night kind of thing. They just needed each other for company. Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah, I love it.
I love Lost in Translation.
Love it.
Yeah.
So this is a couple of samples of commercials that Hollywood actors have appeared in.
Okay.
And I've got a few of them for you here. They're kind of open to interpretation, so we'll see what your take on these are.
And do these actors know they've been in it? Like they've
they're
actively shot it?
Yes.
Okay.
Very aware they're in this, yeah.
When she's sleepy, she's creepy, mysterious and wicked. When she's full.
Oh, it's Keanu.
Yes.
Oh, this looks like Tia Maria, doesn't it? It has
does
like a
actually,
Tia Maria
yeah.
vibe to it, like, yeah.
She's full of love.
Another stress burp.
Keanu always does that to me.
Miss and joy.
The fattest fucking cat. Jesus Christ, that cat needs to see a doctor. What the fuck? Did you see that? He was like Dom DeLuise.
So, for people that are listening to the podcast, what's going on?
Okay. So it's a very moody kind of very it looks like a Meatloaf video.
That's what I was going to say.
Were you?
Yeah.
It looks like a Meatloaf video.
Or Bonnie Tyler.
Bonnie Tyler. It's very kind of like blue light, kind of rays of shards of light coming in through a window. It's like a loft apartment or something. There's a drink that looks like Tia Maria in a thing of ice. And Keanu Reeves, was he sitting at a piano or a desk?
A bit of both. He's kind of at like a keyboard.
A desk
and,
piano.
Yeah. It's kind of. It looks like he's producing music.
Okay.
That kind of a way.
And he's got a suit on and a white t-shirt, and he's just very kind of. It's very artistic.
Yeah.
Almost film noir as well. And now I think he hears a knock on the door or something. He's walking out. Oh, the cat jumped in the window. Then the cat ran across his computer. Now he's going to like a fuse box. Yeah. There's a woman's face on the computer. That is the fattest fucking cat I have ever seen in my entire life. It's the size of a cow.
It's moving fast though.
Jesus Christ. So Keanu Reeves is now looking for this cat that's mischievously running around his apartment, turning things on and knocking things off. Cat's on his bed. And now the cat is a woman. Is the cat a woman? Is it a magical cat? It's a she cat. It's a cat woman. It's Catwoman. Is a Catwoman. Is he Batman? What's going on?
I'm in heaven.
Can we just talk about how handsome Keanu Reeves is?
So handsome.
Fucking hell.
I mean, he's got those kind of like that curtain haircut that was
drapes.
big in the 90s.
I had that.
But he's rocking that, man.
I had that. And I tell you what, it didn't fucking look like Keanu Reeves's.
Did yours curl out and stuff?
Did mine curl out? Jesus Christ. Tony Hawk used to practice off the ends of my fucking hair.
You had wings.
You might think now when I'm saying horrendous, I'm in some way like exaggerating for the purposes of comedy for this podcast. It is a crime against humanity. I had, because when my hair grows, I have very thick, lustrous hair, like very thick hair.
Lustrous hair.
Very lustrous. I do. Lustrous is a fine word to say about your locks.
I've never heard a single man say my hair is actually very lustrous.
My hair. Not now, because I have it under control, but it's lustrous to a fault. Very strong and very lustrous hair, right?
Yeah.
To a fault. To a degree where I can't let it grow because I become secondary to the hair. Like, do you remember Harry and the Hendersons?
Mm.
Yeah. Do you know what he looked like? Do you remember anything except for the big hairy thing?
No, not
Yeah,
at all.
because that's what my hair is like. It just takes over.
Okay.
And they go,
it's got its own
Sasquatch.
personality.
Yeah. And they decided to take the confirmation photographs outside on a windy day.
Oh, amazing.
And I look like a beefeater outside Buckingham Palace. That is why I never hooked up with anybody ever until I hit about the age of 15, 16. I was a disgrace of a young fella.
Oh, I can't wait
and
to
I
see
kept
this.
this through into secondary school.
Amazing.
Until someone said to me, I'll shift you if you shave your head.
No way.
Oh, yes.
You like an ultimatum.
I got a text when I was in the Grosvenor Inn on McCurtain Street after a bowling league with my dad, and I got a text saying, if you shave your head, I think it will really suit you. If you shave your head, I'll shift you. And I was like, are there any hairdressers open at 10:30?
Hand me a razor.
And boy, did I shave it with no consideration for like different lengths or grades. So I then looked
Or
like
direction of growth.
I then looked like a fucking peanut. Like it was, and accentuating
extremes.
the flat. The first time I found out my head was flat was when I shaved it, and I was like, "What the fuck? It's just neck and top of head." Yeah, but I got the shift though, so well worth it. So yeah, I definitely didn't look. This is what I thought I looked like. And then my confirmation photographs came out, and I was like, "Oh, I look like Bob Ross again." I like this song. Okay, he's following her across the apartment. She's following him. She picks up a glass of it. Looks like whiskey actually, or cognac. Very seductive. It also reminds me of Celine Dion's "There Were Moments of Passion."
What a tune.
It's my favourite song.
Oh, I love that.
Favourite movie. Air high five. Favourite movie. Favourite song.
Love
I
it.
fucking love that song. Oh.
There were nights when the wind was so cold. Oh, tune. Love it.
Baby, baby, when you kiss me like this. Fucking love it. So it has a feeling.
It's got
of
those vibes,
very
definitely.
meatloafy. It's the lightning and the thunder is the meatloaf thing. Did he just do a backflip? Did he? She pushed him onto a chair. He rolled back. This is turning into the Matrix. He's like, I'm looking for the Oracle. Would you fuck off, Catwoman? Oh, so she turned back into a cat then and fucked off. She's like, you ain't getting none of this pussy. You ain't getting none of this pussy.
Like, what happened? Like, what's the story here?
She's behind him. He's sitting in a chair. Did you see this? Did you see her behind him?
When she walked off.
The cat ran out the window.
Yeah.
Is she the cat? No. Are her and the cat? Fucking hell. I'm losing my fucking mind here. I'm losing my mind. The mustache guys after throwing me completely. Was the cat and her the same person? Did the cat turn into a woman?
I don't know.
He followed the cat into a bedroom. The cat was on the bed. The lightning struck. It turned into a woman. Then the woman started kissing him and following him. She pushed him over a chair. He did a backflip. He went up. Morpheus. And then the cat hopped out the window. But now there's a woman behind him in a mini dress.
And
she's
she's
walking
walking away.
towards the kitchen. Oh, she's a ghost woman. Fucking hell. What the fuck is going on? So she wasn't the cat.
I don't know.
The cat was saying, there's a fucking ghost in your bed. Here, la. Then the fucking cat was like, right, my job's done. I'm only here to alert people to ghost women. And then the ghost woman, by the way, who touched him and pushed him. So she was
Yeah.
full Patrick Swayze in it after moving the coin and everything. Great movies, by the way. And then she pushed him back over a chair. Then the cat was like, I fucking told you it was a ghost woman. And then he's like, I wonder where she is. And she's like, I'm behind you. I'm a ghost woman.
But he seems perfectly happy with the fact that
He's
this
just
has all
like,
happened.
He's just like
drinking on.
just having a tipple now. There you go. Normal night for old Keanu. Huh?
And he didn't get the electricity back on, so he's just sitting in a dark
No,
house.
the lights are on. The lights are on.
Oh.
He's just trying to seduce
Because he
cats
only
and
opened the
ghosts.
fuse box. He didn't do anything when he went there.
Oh, they fucked up the production then.
Didn't they?
Fucked up. No
Continuity
no continuity. The cat was like, will I turn back on the trip switch on the way out?
Oh,
Because that
God.
fucking ghost won't do nothing for you.
But
She'll just push you over a chair.
You just wonder, what's this got to do with whiskey? Like, what?
It's so... Here's what I think. Here's my theory. I think that they said, we got Keanu Reeves. See how I didn't do any accent there? Very progressive. They said, we've got Keanu Reeves, right? We need to do something really fucking high end. Mm-hmm. We need to make this into a very artsy thing. He's a very serious actor. I mean, he's made such classics as Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
You couldn't even say that.
And of course, needless to say, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Which both were excellent. So we really have to do something very arts housey.
Yeah.
Very artsy, very, very, very classy. So let's come up with a really high concept thing. And they went a little too high with the concept. And they went, what are we going to do with the fat cat? And they were like, we're going to just have him dancing on the piano with a fat cat. And they were like, we'll just have to use the cat in a different way. Fucking hell. That was a treat. That was a delight.
There's another one for you now. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, yes. By the way, this sounds like it's German.
Suntory Reserve.
Oh, no, it's Japanese. Suntory Reserve. It doesn't say what type of thing it is, but it looks like a Scotch or something, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, so there's a guy, Japanese guy, looks like Peewee Herman.
A little bit, actually,
He does, yeah. Looks like Peewee Herman. And he's, Arnold Schwarzenegger is dressed in like a very nerdy kind of, this must have been just after he did Kindergarten Cop. That's what I'm predicting here.
Okay.
He was the school teacher, or else it was just after he did Twins. That's what I'm predicting.
Right, okay.
And he's got glasses on, so he looks kind of nerdy. The hair is swept back. And he's showing him a chart with loads of Japanese writing on it, but also it's like a bar chart. And the middle one is low, and he's not happy about it. And he's slapping his little pointer stick off Varney's head. What the fuck? He's running around an office. They're all shouting something at him.
Yeah.
Come on, Arnie, show him the fucking product, will ya? Come on, Arnie, show him the fucking product, will ya? He runs around the corner and holds up what looks like a bottle of Calpol.
Yeah, or cough mixture or something.
It's
yeah.
Japanese Calpol. But he's holding it up in what looks like a red duck's beak made of marigolds. Can you see this thing? What the fuck is the thing? What's it resting on? At the moment, I'm just seeing a Calpol thing in the middle of his face and like what looks like two very swollen. Doesn't it? Doesn't it?
It does.
I'm not even going to describe what swollen things it looks like.
Yeah.
You're just going to have to go on YouTube and watch this thing. But she needs to go to her gyno. Maybe that's what it's for. Maybe it's like an elixir for swollen flange. I don't know what the... Now he's turned into the devil. He looks like Derek Zoolander there.
Little bit.
Doesn't he?
Yeah.
He had rubber gloves. He was doing a peace sign with rubber gloves, and that's what it looked like.
And that was in the middle.
That's what looked like the swollen flange.
Okay.
He flies towards him and he goes...
Still, that doesn't make it any clearer.
I don't know what it's for. The ad's probably like, do you have an old person at home? Give them this. They'll be dead in 6 hours. He's like, it's great. What the fuck? He's just running around with a load of fucking styrofoam blocks across people's cars. This looks Bollywood. It's got a very Bollywood look to it as well, not even Japanese. Like,
it looks like somebody played Tetris with cardboard boxes.
But at what stage
on his head?
At what stage did someone pitch this to Arnold Schwarzenegger? And at what stage did he go, I think this is a really fucking good ad?
I think when they said like $10 million to do this. He's done a series of this particular thing. I think it's an energy drink.
But it looks like it's in like...
It does. It looks medicinal.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's done, I think out of all of the Hollywood actors, Arnold has probably done the most. Arnold and Bruce Willis.
I've seen Bruce Willis has done a few ads.
He's done quite a few of them as well.
Do you think that Arnold Schwarzenegger got the call and was pitched this ad and he went, it sounds shit on paper. Like I don't think they're describing it properly. I saw Keanu Reeves did one with a fat cat and a ghost girl and it was fucking amazing. Because the two of those in comparison, there's no comparison.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves got the better deal there. He made some short little film and it looked a bit weird, but it was quite intriguing.
It was open to interpretation, definitely.
This was like a fucking acid trip. Like everyone in the ad was just like, none of us know what we're meant to be doing as individuals. And collectively, I think it's just going to work itself out.
Like when you think about it, so this started off, I don't know, was it like a sales office or where it started out?
Yeah, and they were looking at sales trends and graphs. Maybe it's the energy. Oh, it's the productivity and energy of the employees in the office. And that it's looking so low. And then he goes, take this, you fucking get mental. And then they go fucking, and then they're all like, ah! And then he's like, yeah, blocks on my head, running on cars. Possible side effect.
Well, if you thought that was mad, we've one final one.
Oh,
for
yes.
you.
I'm loving these, by the way. I love things that I've never seen. And you always bring me weird things I've never seen. But this is like a whole lane. This foreign ads thing with celebrities. I'm all for this.
This last one. I'm debating whether... Do you know what? Just go into this cold. I'm not going to tell you anything about this. So let's see how long it takes you to figure it out. Now, this is very blurry. So you're going to have to pay close attention.
Okay.
Please.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
On a motorbike.
Yes.
This looks very kind of guerrilla style as well.
Yeah, so it's meant to look like it's shot on a camcorder.
Okay, so it's like a selfie almost, like kind of thing. Like, yeah.
Please, check out my arse.
What the fuck? Please check out my arse. Why has he got a big massive hole cut in his jeans? Like, it looked like he crashed already. Doesn't it? Oh no, sorry, that's the brown tag on the jeans. I thought it was a hole with his arse. All right, so he's just saying, look, it's a denim ad anyway, definitely. Definitely a jeans ad.
Yeah.
Very nice.
To be honest, if I was Brad Pitt, I'd probably be like, very nice as well, isn't it?
Let me ask you something. Do you like my arse?
This is so good. What year do you think this is?
I think this
looks like Ocean's 11 time.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like late 90s, early noughties time.
Do you think it was when he was with Jen Aniston around that time? Blonde hair?
Could be, yeah, could be.
Very funny. I love this. This is someone who doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is so daft. It's fucking...
This is also somebody who's assuming nobody in the Western world is going to see
Do you think so?
this.
What country is this?
These are all Japanese.
This is also Japanese?
Yeah.
My God. I love Japanese. I love the Japanese culture, particularly pop culture, lean into everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't kind of go like, is this a little bit silly? Like Takeshi's Castle, all those
Yeah.
things. They go like, oh no, we're fully fucking going for this.
Yeah.
Like, that man is dressed up as a lobster. And yes, it is a political debate show.
I get the impression that a brainstorming session is not just a brainstorming session. They just go with every idea that's thrown out there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, normally it's like, let's throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. And they're going, oh no, we don't wait to see if it sticks.
We'll just do it.
We just throw everything at the wall. Like,
It is nice.
brilliant.
Everyone.
He looks like he's taking a shit. He's very constipated looking. I assume he's going to say, do you want to see my ass? Very nice. Oh, he's broken down.
Oh, who cares? My arse looks good.
Brad Pitt, you're fucking mental. Brad, that's after making Brad Pitt stock go up like fucking 40%. Oh, that's brilliant.
They're called Edison Jeans. So I think they're kind of like what's the Levi's at 501?
501.
501. I think it's kind of like something similar to that. So
Oh
it's
my
Edison
God.
Jeans.
That's very
He's done
funny.
a couple of those, but that's by far the best one
That's
that he
very
has done.
funny.
It makes
Who cares? Look at my ass. Lorraine,
Ross.
let me tell you about my favourite place in the world. Where do you think it is?
Oh, would it be Ballycotton?
Do you know what? You're fucking bang on.
What a guess.
Bang on. Sea Church in Ballycotton. This is a sponsor, but I would never tell you to go to a place that I wouldn't go myself. And Ballycotton, Sea Church, 100% I would go there. It is East Cork's newest restaurant and live music venue. It's a modern and beautiful building, integrated perfectly with one of the most iconic live venues and in the beautiful church itself. Renovated fantastically. Like, it has that old kind of church charm.
Yeah.
But then you kind of go, but it's still got, it's so like crisp and clean and beautifully lit, and the sound is great and everything. So it's like you're in an old church, but it doesn't feel like you're in an old church. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's got all the positives, none of the negatives. Playing host to some of the best music artists, some of the best writers, playwrights, comedians, the whole shebang. All of your parties, any type of party you have, any type of function, their restaurant is absolutely top notch. I've eaten there for all of our meetings with the comedy festival, and I had to come out every time I come down. I was like, they were like, "I'm having some food." And I was like, "I don't fucking know it."
You're like, it's the reason I'm here.
It's absolutely.
Do you know what? Actually,
unreal.
they posted a couple of days ago a picture of their pizza, and I've not been able to think of anything else for the last couple of days. It looked unbelievable. I need to try their pizza down there.
Yeah, the burgers are and their fries and chips and wedge kind of things. They're just like fresh cut, massive, huge, gorgeous, lovely dips and everything. It is the bomb. Fabulous seafood, burgers, wings, and the pizza that you can't get out of your head. Galore. Watch them with Ireland's greatest musicians, comedians, and playwrights. Find them on social media at Sea Church Ballycotton. For more information and for bookings, visit seachurch.ie. That's seachurch.ie.
We need something a lot more wholesome right now. A lot more wholesome. This was actually a listener's suggestion that you have a look at this. You may have seen this already because he's after blowing up on TikTok this year.
I think I know who it is already.
Go on.
I'm going to call it.
Go on.
Is this Train Guy?
Yes!
Yay! I love Train Guy.
Oh, I just think he's the best.
This guy's like one of my spirit animals.
Oh, I just love him. Shout out to Shane who suggested this. Francis Bourgeois. Yeah.
He's
21 years old and he is stone mad about trains.
Utter joy. This man is just joy personified.
Love him.
Absolutely love this. Oh.
So we got a little compilation of clips from him.
Any minute now we're going to see a Class 59 come through with some absolutely brilliant honks. I cannot wait.
Love the camera angle.
Yes.
It's so close, and also a kind of like, it's fisheye, the fisheye lens that kind of distorts everything, and it's just so daft.
So he's got a GoPro on his head, but it's facing inwards.
Facing him. So he's recording the train with his phone, but then his GoPro is looking at him. And this is pure, unadulterated joy. And the thing is, it's not just for him. Everyone that watches this is like, this guy is just the best.
Yeah, you're
He's
dead
brilliant.
inside if you don't
completely.
even smile at this.
This guy is like 4 fat cats and ghost girls. Like, if you don't like this, what's wrong with you?
Thanks, Gordon.
Thanks, Gordon. Oh,
Gordon is such a train name as well,
isn't it?
It's such a train name.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gordon. Thanks, Gordon.
Class. Class 52, actually, I think is what it is.
After a long day train spotting in the sun, this is exactly what I needed.
Oh, Star Wars.
We've woken up at the crack of dawn to see the Midland Pullman HST. Boy, am I ready to see it. Come on, honk for me, please.
By the way, there's a huge culture of this, particularly in the UK. There's a lot of it in the UK. There's also plane spotters that park outside the gates or the fences up by Cork Airport and other airports.
Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah,
and there's something about me that just goes, I really like that.
Yeah.
I've another friend. She has the shipping, and she lives down by the coast. And can see the stuff that's coming into Cork Harbour, and she'll often go, oh, look, they're swapping over drivers here, and you can see them kind of like pulling up, and then one guy hops over the little thing into the other, and it's just fascinating. You kind of go, oh, there's something simplistically lovely about this.
Yeah,
isn't there? Like, there's no cynicism. It's just there's something about machinery that's just, it is what it is.
Yeah,
and there's no cynicism because it's just, that's what it does. It's impressive and people like it, and they have a fondness and also an affection for it.
Yeah.
And I think an affection for something, if you try and begrudge somebody an affection for something, you are a cunt.
Yeah.
Like, you are. Like, why can't you let someone just enjoy the thing they enjoy?
Because poor old Francis gets a bit of a doing as well. People tend to slag him online and stuff, and they think
it's inevitable.
A lot of people think it's fake as well, that the whole thing is like that he's actually like an actor and that he's putting the whole thing on. I don't think
why,
you
because
can.
happiness is that rare, is it?
Yeah, it's just the misery.
I watched a video of his today only.
Really?
Yeah, only today I watched a video of his. He was on it was kind of like a train it's like a train museum or something, and he was on this little train, and there was a couple of people behind him, and they went through a tunnel, and he tried to do 100 honks before they got through the tunnel. And I was like, this is just great crack. It's just
so wholesome,
it's just
though,
fun,
isn't it?
Like, yeah, it's just fun. Whoa. No honk. Oh no. Quite an unfortunate situation.
Bless
no honk.
him.
And he took a hopper.
Oh, that broke my heart when they didn't honk at him.
Yeah,
I mean, you got a honk
the
at
hopper
Francis.
was funny, and he knows he put it in there.
Yeah,
but the no honk, I was like, aw. But then it makes the honks all the more. See, if he got a honk every time,
yeah,
I'd be like, okay, well, everyone gets a honk all the time.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that now there's a bit of jeopardy there. He could be waiting for an hour, no honk.
No honk.
So now you're kind of going, from now on, I'm going to watch every video and go, there fucking better be a honk. Like, now I'm going to be like, yes, thank you, Gordon.
I've never heard the word honk being used so much. But you know what? Watching this, it made me realise that I would love to have a hobby or an interest like that that gave me such immediate joy.
Yeah.
Like that, he spots a train and he's just immediately happy. I'd love to have something like that. What's yours?
Wrestling.
Straight away, you're like, happy place.
I could watch wrestling every day for the rest of my life. And even if it's shit, like even if it's terrible, I'll spot what's bad in it and go, they fucked that up or whatever. But there's not when I see it done well. And by the way, I know it's worked. I know it's scripted. I know and people find it very hard to understand. Like, why would you watch that when it's only pretend? You're going to go, because they're suspending people's disbelief. It's like going to the opera or going to see a magic show. Nobody thinks the woman has really disappeared or been sawn in half.
Yeah.
But if they're good at it, they will suspend your disbelief to go, but how? How? And then you don't find out. Whereas because I wrestled, I would have an inside knowledge, so I know exactly how it's done. But every so often, they'll get me, and I'll go, oh, fuck, is he really knocked out? Or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'm going, they got me. That's the magic. You go, they caught me.
Yeah.
Do you know? And
yeah.
I just love my daughter now. She's 8, and she fucking loves wrestling. She'll come into me and she'll go, do you want to put on an old match? I'm like, oh. And she's proper into it. Like, and I'm like, oh, this is great. Because now I have, all through my life growing up, I had no peer group that loved wrestling. Yeah. And even as I was older, like my buddy Hegg and stuff, when we were teenagers, he'd be like, go on, throw on ECW there, and we'd watch a bit of wrestling or whatever. But I was still trying to kind of win him over. I was still kind of like, yeah, that's really good or whatever. And he'd watch it, but it wasn't really his thing. But now I have someone who's like, can we watch wrestling, Dad?
Into
I'm like,
it.
oh, it's the best.
And you don't mind watching old wrestling matches or anything like that?
Oh no, I watch matches from 92. I watch matches from the 60s.
I want something like that.
And I'd have an encyclopedic knowledge of wrestling.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Like Japanese wrestling is my it's Mecca for me,
Okay.
like for a wrestling fan. Yeah. And but I can't do it anymore because I got injured too many times. 17 dislocated left shoulders, 28 dislocated right shoulders, dislocated jaw, smashed 6 teeth. I would say 8 concussions. Lost 2 pints of blood one night from here. That was very scary. Nearly broke my neck. Like lost all feeling in my arms and legs one night. Cracked 2 ribs. Broke my tailbone. That injury. That's where that came from.
There.
Yeah. Hello. And dislocated my finger. Broke my orbital bone. And a few other things as well.
Isn't it weird that you could still have such a love for the sport, though, even though it's clearly nearly killed you?
I was so passionate about wrestling that it turned me into somebody I didn't like. And that's why I had to stop.
In what way?
I was so passionate about it and I wanted it to be done the right way that I started to resent the people that weren't doing it the way that I thought it should be done.
Oh,
like people that were exposing the business or people that were kind of like not trying to do the magic and fool people. And I went, oh, nothing makes me this way. Mm-hmm. And then I had to re-fall in love with it from a watching perspective. Okay. So I actually actively went, oh, I'm going to have to step away from this because I can't be involved. Because if I'm involved, I'm like, why are they ruining it? Why are they making it look more foolish? And then I went, we're all just pretending to fight.
Yeah.
And I went, just sit back, detox, come back into it as a fan. And as a fan now again, I'm going, oh, this is why I love it. And now I can watch everyone do anything. And I'm just like, it's just all wrestling. Like, it's mad.
You were just too immersed
I loved it
in
too much.
Yeah.
And it sounds daft, but I loved it so much that it actually stressed me to see people. It broke my heart to see people that I thought was like jeopardizing it or whatever. Because you spend your whole life defending it. It's the only hobby. Like, imagine if you were into fishing and everyone was like, fishing, it's all fake, boy. They're not even catching the fish. They're not even real fish. Like, imagine going out to go, they are, and no one believes you. Like, yeah.
Well, one thing that I know you are into is rapping. We know that you are a decent rapper.
I am a bluffer.
You're a decent rapper. We've seen that on the podcast. So I want to see what you think of this. Okay. This is a clip. Oh my God. There's no end.
I felt that coming. I was going.
I could see your face change again.
I just like.
You kind of glaze over and I'm like, I've lost him. And then the burp.
I've lost him to the wind. I was like, please don't ask me to start rapping because it's going to Okay. This is a
clip from an Australian rap battle.
Okay.
It's hosted by a group called 1 Ounce. Yeah. This is Touche versus Snipes. Now, this is actually a compilation of Snipes' side of the rap battle because this is the more interesting bit.
Okay. Snipes. Okay. Any relation to Dora the Explorer, no? Swipesy, no swiping.
I don't know his family tree now, but I don't think so.
Okay.
I could say bullets are going to spray. I'm from Brooklyn. That's all right. But let me just say I like to get close and personal with a razor-sharp object. But let me just say this.
This is English his second language. They don't call them fucking rhymes anyway. What the... Like, there's no... okay, I might be a bit early on this, but there is no flow. There is no rhythm. There's no rhyme. He just sounds like a guy who just walked over and went, is that a group of people talking? I'll talk for a while.
I'm not going to stab you in the heart. What I'm going to do is grab a pen, stab you in the neck, puncture your lungs, then slam a
Slam. I don't even know what word's called. Suffocate.
Object into your stomach.
Everyone behind him is like, everyone's like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. The guy behind him with the tattooed neck is like, he's like, I'm going to go viral just by being near this cunt.
His eyes, just keep watching his eyes because they just keep darting.
But everyone at the back is like this. This is brilliant. This is so good.
Fuck.
He knows. At least he knows.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. Yeah.
Object into your stomach. And cause internal bleeding.
Huh?
Now, before you die, let me just say this. The reason I call myself Snipes is because I take my time to rhyme. I'm not complicated.
You fucking say that again, Snipes. Also, you haven't rhymed yet, so you're really taking your fucking time. Sometimes the first rhyming word will come in January and the second one will come in August. Even those two words don't rhyme. But it doesn't matter because I make the sausage and I cover it in breadcrumbs. Oh, hang on a second.
But I'm like a sniper. I aim straight for the heart or the head.
He's mad for like violence and like in a very biological way, isn't he? Like, I'm going to puncture your internal organs.
Very specific.
He is, yeah. Going to go straight for the pancreas.
I'm straight and direct. I might hide 2Ks that way. You'll know when I hit you as soon as you hit the ground.
Even the dog is like, what the fuck?
But this guy said some shit on Facebook. Here we go, joke of the Dark Knight shit. So don't let me go all James Holmes on you, Dark Knight shooter. Is that a little bit too soon?
It would if any of us understood the fucking reference.
Wait for what's coming up.
Really?
Maybe. And let me just say this as well. If you want to be the Joker, why don't I give you a bottle of pills, a Chelsea smile, and instead of Heath Ledger dying, why don't you replace his death?
Instead, hey, why don't you take a walk on the wilds? I can't even rap as bad. I'm trying to, and I'm going. It actually makes more sense than what he's saying. This is like, did he take a bus? Like, did he sit in a bus and go, I'm gonna fucking nail this? I mean, like,
I feel like this is a real panic.
Do you think so? That he's just waiting for someone to go, and time. And the guy who's meant to do it is going, I'm not fucking saying time at all. This is fucking amazing.
Because nobody would give two shits about a guy who looks like a fucking meth head. What's wrong with that? You said in your first battle against H. Murray.
Oh, Jesus Christ, he's bringing up shit from the past and everything. He's like a bad girlfriend, isn't he? You said 14 weeks ago when I was crying on the couch that...
His face looks like he got into a fight with the Bible. You can't say shit. Your face Looks like you got into a fight with the blunt side of an axe.
I was saying like a sickle, a cycle, like come on. No, he's got a fag out and everything. He's like, as if this isn't complicated enough, I'm now going to be smoking while fucking up. Jesus Christ. How long is this fucking battle?
You think that I'm a soft cock. Really, I couldn't give two fucks, because you don't know me. You don't know what I've lived through.
He's like a Karen. You don't know my life. Like this is fuck. I can't even, like, I'm fucking tapping out. I can't. How long does this go on for?
But let me just say this, I'm not the one to judge people. Yeah, this is rap battling, I couldn't give two fucks. Only for the factor of, I do this because I love it. Whether or not I choke out, it doesn't matter.
It's like everyone's left and new people have come back and now they've left as well. It's like one of them's died and had a funeral and their child has now stepped into the crowd and been like, he's still going.
There's two people in the background that are clearly showing each other videos.
They're just one person smoking like that on the phone. Jesus. But in fairness to neck tattoo guy, I mean, he's right. Like, he's kind of going like, I actually can't fucking leave. Like, especially for continuity.
Yeah.
For continuity, this is going to be like Keanu Reeves with the fucking lights turning back on. Like, I can't just fuck off.
But at 1 ounce, if there's an MC like you, who basically their shit just reeks like Indian curry, the after effects, then don't waste
One guy laughed, but I think he's laughing because he sees someone on the other side going,
your time. Go do something else. Go do something with your life. We should make a law. If Touche's ever going to make a kid, ever have a kid, get his dick in a cunt, we should shoot the little kid. Because we don't want little Touche.
Excuse me, I just thought I'd improve his rap a little bit.
Touche's coming around like headless fucking chickens. A waste of space.
Now everybody's laughing. Like, there's a full-on giggle fest going on.
But not for the right reasons.
Not for the right reasons.
They're not on poor old Snipes'
No, there are no punchlines. Like, there's no punchlines. In fact, he hasn't even taken a pull off his fag. So the fag's just burning down. But everyone's just like, they're just kind of chatting amongst themselves now going, this is fucking atrocious.
But I'm going to say this. Maybe next time.
One fella's rolling a fag. He's like, tattoo man is just like, I'm just going to, if you don't mind, I'm just going to skin up a fag there because everyone's on their phones. Like, nobody. This is just this. At what stage is your self-awareness not kicking in? Like, no, like, come on, let's break this down. And by the way, like, everyone tries things, all right? And like, everyone's entitled to have their passion. This could be his thing. This could be like.
He did say that he does it because he loves it.
Yeah, this could be like Francis Bourgeois with his trains. This could be like me with my wrestling, right? But there needs to come a time when somebody needs to sit you down and said, do you understand what a rhyme is?
I'll come prepared.
I'll come prepared. He literally undid his sentence by how unprepared it was. I'll come prepared, like a pencil. See, yeah, even this is better. Yeah.
Got fucked up last night, forgot my lines. Couldn't memorize them, don't know where the fuck I put the piece of paper in my house.
No, lines is like the easiest thing to fucking rhyme with.
He's just giving an explanation as to why he's so shit.
It's just, I was born in the Bonds 22 years ago. It was a breech birth. Doctor said I might not make it. I was in the ICU for about 4 weeks. Now listen, I saw you wrote something in your 4th grade English paper. I wasn't too happy about the way you talked about the economical fall or rise in Papua New Guinea in the 1960s. But listen, speaking of which, gerbils, lovely little things, aren't they? Not quite hamsters, but you know, they're still nice. Everyone's gone. No, he has to stop now. Everyone's broken their shit.
I bet you after this battle, I'm gonna go home, just be wandering around having a ciggy, and then I'm just gonna find them and be like, oh fuck no, there they are, right in front of me. But
Keep it real.
And this is all freestyle only because I choked out. I forgot my lines. I couldn't give two fucks. But no one can give two fucks about a clown who tries and acts tough. Time.
He called timing himself. He called timing himself. He was like, if no one's going to say it, lads, time. Oh, look what time it is. Oh dear, I didn't bring my watch. I left it with my ciggies. I'm back in again. I'm starting to rap again. Fuck, I can't help it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Needless to say,
he won.
Snipes didn't win. Touche one.
Fucking hell.
Have you done rap battles like this?
That's how I got into stand-up.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where were you doing rap battles? I'd love to know, like, where does this stuff happen?
So you know Stevie G?
Yeah.
So Stevie G, DJ Harvey, Miss Kendi, and all that kind of crowd, they used to do a night down in the Agora on McCurtain Street on, I think it was the first Thursday or the first Tuesday of every month. And every week was every Tuesday. But on the first Tuesday of every month, it was a rap battle. So like one week they'd have break dancers, the next week they'd have a couple of rappers, then they'd have scratching and all that kind of stuff, and then there was the rap battle once every month, and I did it for about 8-9 months, and then every week nearly turned into a battle because someone would come down and we'd end up battling just for the crack or whatever. But I never lost any of the battles because I was essentially doing stand up. And what was it? Well, like, and I was doing the 8 Mile thing. It was it before 8 Mile? Yeah, it would have been. I was just slagging myself off, and then them. Do you know what I mean?
Okay,
but
and that's the kind of thing you have to do. You kind of have to slag
I was
the
just
other person
self-deprecating
off,
because I just was like, I'm not taking this seriously. You know what I mean? I was just like, this is just
You're
funny.
Just roasting yourself.
Like, it's just funny, like, yeah. So I wasn't. So yeah, and then I'd take the piss out of them, and mine were genuine freestyles as well. So I wasn't like, people were pre-writing stuff for me. But then I was calling them out on being pre-written, and then I was freestyling on just what they were wearing and who was there and whatever. So it was because I just took it so lightly that I was able to do that. And then someone came up to me and said, you got to do stand-up. And it was always something I wanted to do, but they were like, you should do stand-up. And I was like,
wow.
And they were like, there's a club just up there. And I was like, ooh. And they were like, yeah, just don't do rhymes and just do stand-up. I was like, okay. So then I started working towards that. So that was the beginning of it.
Wow.
And then I went to Dublin for a battle competition. And I came third, I think.
Wow.
Messiah J? No? Messiah J and the Expert?
No.
Never heard of them. Great Dublin rap group. He was one of the judges. And I came third. I think it was $1,000 was the top prize.
Wow, cool.
Yeah. So,
wow.
But it was great. That was great crack because that was like in the academy or something. It was a big...
Wow.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe Snipes will be sharing a stage with you someday.
Possibly.
You never know.
I would be honoured. I would be so honoured.
Oh, I think that's where we got to wrap up this podcast. I am absolutely, my makeup is ruined. I have mascara all over my face. That's a sign of a fun podcast.
That was okay. First of all, we opened strong with the TSW 1982 competition because that was fucking brilliant. Ads were my absolute fucking fit. They were fucking outstanding.
Okay, well, there's loads more, so we can bring those back in another podcast.
It's such a new lane for me. Francis Bourgeois, always welcome on the podcast. Pure joy, unadulterated. And then my new favourite rapper,
Snipes.
Snipes? Swipes.
I don't think he even knows. I think
Wesley Snipes. If you want to send us anything on social media, you can hit us up and check out all of our little videos and little clips we put up at Unforeseen Pod everywhere. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok. Check us out at Unforeseen Podcast on YouTube, where you can see all of our podcasts in video form.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to contact us, it's unforeseenpodcast@gmail.com.
Got it right.
Is it? Yeah.
Yes.
Boom, with no sheet of paper or anything. Also, massive thanks to our sponsors, Sea Church down in Ballycotton. Definitely check out their website at www.seachurch.com or .ie. And here's the most important thing. We're getting some brilliant voice notes off people.
Yes.
We're getting some great messages off people. And even if it's not included in the main body of the thing, we might actually end up at the end when we say goodbye, playing out a couple of voice notes or a couple of things that we have, or even throwing up an old email at the end for some of the stuff you're sending us in. We've got a couple of I've killed 3 people and I don't know how to stop. And
I didn't think people were going to do that, but they did.
They did it.
Also, please do rate and review the podcast.
Yes, a little written review on iTunes.
It makes such a difference. I always listened to podcasts and I was like, whatever. Like, you rate and review. It actually does make a difference.
It does.
It makes a huge difference. So if you do get like even 30 seconds just to give us a couple of stars.
And some people have told us, they've gotten onto us and emailed us and said, I've told everybody, I've recommended this to everybody. And I think that's probably the most effective way is word of mouth. It's like the most old-fashioned way of doing it.
That is the greatest review that we could get.
Yeah.
Somebody telling somebody else to go.
When a friend tells you got to check this out, I always do.
Yeah.
And if you trust somebody's opinion, you kind of go, oh yeah, they're into good stuff. Then you like this. Also, we have another podcast called Nougal Answers Everything, which was up to episode 10 before the pandemic. We're going to be starting it back up again. So if you want to go back and listen to those, make sure you listen back to this podcast from the very beginning. And also, I have a stand-up special which was released internationally. So no matter where you are in the world, you can get the stand-up special. You can get it from comedydynamics.com on their website, and that they'll bring you to all of the places in your region. But you can get it on fucking Apple TV. Apple TV. You can get it on Amazon Prime Video. You can get it on YouTube. You can rent it or buy it there. You can get it on Vimeo to rent it or buy it there. So basically, wherever you are in the world, there's a thing in your region where you can buy and download it. So there you go. That's it, and it's called Ross Browne. Know what I mean. Thanks very much, everybody. Take it ham and cheesy. Let's hope that this works. Boom. Didn't
work. He's pressing every button in front of him. There we go.
I'm going to fade this out now, and you can listen to some of the things that people have sent us in to the show. See you next week, everybody.
I've killed 3 people and I don't know how to stop.
I've killed 3 people and I don't know how to stop.
I've killed 3 people. I don't know how to stop. And I don't know if I want to.